Plant FAQs. Dianthus Firewitch. Does Firewitch Dianthus spread? Dianthus Firewitch. Dianthus gratianapolitanus, Firewitch, is a low-growing perennial ground cover that can spread gradually over time. While it doesn't spread as aggressively as some other ground covers, it can form dense mats and gradually fill in gaps in the garden if given the right conditions. How to care for Firewitch Dianthus. To care for Firewitch Dianthus. Sunlight. Plant Firewitch Dianthus in a location that receives full sun to partial shade. It thrives in bright sunlight, but can tolerate some shade. Soil. Ensure well-draining soil with a slightly alkaline to neutral pH. Sandy or loamy soil works well. Watering. Water Firewitch Dianthus regularly, keeping the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. It prefers slightly dry conditions over excessive moisture. Fertilizing. Apply a balanced, slow-release fertilizer in early spring to encourage healthy growth and flowering. Mulching. Mulch around the plants to help retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Deadheading. Remove spent flowers regularly to encourage continuous blooming and maintain a neat appearance. Division. Divide overcrowded clumps every few years to rejuvenate the plant and maintain vigor. How to deadhead Firewitch Dianthus. To deadhead Firewitch Dianthus. Regular inspection. Check the plant regularly for spent flowers. Pinching method. Pinch off faded flowers with your fingers, removing them along with the stem down to a healthy set of leaves or just above a leaf node. Shearing method. Alternatively, you can shear back the entire plant lightly after the first flush of blooms to promote a second wave of flowering. How to prune Firewitch Dianthus. Pruning Firewitch Dianthus is simple. Spring pruning. Trim back any dead or damaged foliage in early spring to encourage new growth. Deadheading. As mentioned earlier, deadhead spent flowers regularly to promote continuous blooming. Is Dianthus Firewitch a perennial? Yes, Firewitch Dianthus is a perennial plant, meaning it lives for more than 2 years. It's known for its evergreen foliage and long-lasting blooms. Where to buy Firewitch Dianthus? You can buy Firewitch Dianthus at local nurseries or garden centers. Online plant retailers. Specialty perennial plant nurseries. Do deer eat Firewitch Dianthus? Firewitch Dianthus is known for its deer resistance. Deer typically avoid eating it due to its fragrant foliage and possibly its bitter taste. Do Dianthus Firewitch bloom all summer? Firewitch Dianthus produces abundant blooms in late spring to early summer. With proper deadheading and care, it can continue to bloom sporadically throughout the summer months. How far apart to plant Dianthus Firewitch? Space Firewitch Dianthus plants about 12 to 18 inches apart to allow for adequate air circulation and growth. This spacing ensures that the plants have room to spread and fill in over time. How long does Dianthus Firewitch bloom? Firewitch Dianthus blooms typically last several weeks, usually from late spring through early summer. With proper care and deadheading, it may produce sporadic blooms throughout the summer months. Is Firewitch Dianthus poisonous to dogs? Firewitch Dianthus is not known to be toxic to dogs. However, it's always a good idea to monitor pets around plants and contact a veterinarian if you suspect ingestion or adverse reactions.